Hello, this is the tutorial for Or Else Be a Waste of Breath. We're not going to be playing the full version of this song that you hear on streaming. Instead, after the breakdown, instead of transitioning into the blast part that's on recording, we're going to transition straight into the beginning of Be Honest With Yourself. So I'm about to do the playthrough, and when I do the playthrough, you will see that I go into the beginning of Be Honest With Yourself. I'm not going to play the entirety of Be Honest With Yourself. I'm just going to play like the very, very intro part just so you see how it transitions. But yeah, that's what's going on with these two songs. We're only playing half of Or Else Be a Waste of Breath, and we're going straight into Be Honest With Yourself. And yeah, here is motherfucking Or Else Be a Waste of Breath playthrough. Let's go. Okay, sorry. Now we are gonna do this motherfucking shit batch. So, that last part, that was the beginning of Be Honest With Yourself. Everything before that shit was Or Else Be a Waste of Breath. So let me kind of dissect it. It's really two parts. The first part is this. That's the first part. Sounds kind of weird. It's in 5/4. There we go. What it is the first part is the ba ba da ba 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 da ba, which is this. Crash and kick, then double kick, snare and hi-hat. You do that twice, so it's like ba ba da ba 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 da ba. That's the first measure. Then the next measure is so kick and hi-hat, and then 3 snares after that. So you know, you just do ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da 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 da. So like 2 of that, you know, like that, and then like you end on that hi-hat and kick. So snare, snare, tom, 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 like. And that's tom, tom on the high, then tom on the low. So all together, it's. That like 4 times, like ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba, and then you would just end on the, which is convenient because that's what you start out the riff with. You start out with the, so you just end right on the, but you just don't do another repetition of it. You just do 4 repetitions of the. So you end on that, then you fucking wait. The guitar plays this riff, and it's like ba 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 da da ba 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 da da ba 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 da da. That's the fill. Pretty epic. I really like that fill. It's snare snare kick kick snare snare kick snare kick or snare snare kick kick snare snare kick snare snare crash crash. So you see how it like pauses like that after that crash? So it's like you don't go right into a 1, 2, 3, 4. You go like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, like. And the kick is just following the fucking riff of the guitar, so it's da 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 dun 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 da 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 da. For those last 4 notes, you also do the snare and the hi-hat at the same time as the kick. But for the rest of it, you're just doing like cymbals, so it's like. And you can hear on recording and at the beginning of the playthrough, I also add some crashes as the accent at the beginning of some of the first measures. You don't really have to do that, but you can do it if you want. Like again, not really necessary, but if you wanna, it's there. But you know what is necessary? At least as it stands. If we talk it out in practice and we don't want to do it this way, that's of course fine. But as of now, necessary is ending from that straight into the intro Be Honest With Yourself. So it's. And remember, Be Honest With Yourself is at like a slower tempo. So try to slow it down a little at that point. If you don't get the tempo exactly right on that transition to Be Honest With Yourself, don't worry about that, because Be Honest With Yourself has a pause after the intro, which will give us a chance to set a new tempo anyway. So, yeah. But yeah, that's Or Else Be a Waste of Breath, as well as the intro of Be Honest With Yourself that it goes into.